Welcome back to our new video. In this video, we'll learn about collectors. We have different types of collectors, such as button collectors, reaction collectors, and many more. So first of all, we'll start with message collectors, what they are and how to create them. So let's start. So collectors in Discord. .js are tools that listen for specific user actions like messages, button clicks, or reactions, and collect the data for you to use in your bot. We will look at everything one by one, but first we will understand the message collector. So what is a message collector? A message collector in Discord. .js is a feature that continuously listens for messages in a channel based on certain conditions, like from a specific user or with specific content, and collects them for further use. All right, so now we understand what a message collector is in 4 steps. So first, a message collector is used when you want to collect messages from a channel, and second, you can set conditions like only from one user or messages containing a keyword. And third, it keeps listening until the time ends or until you stop it. And fourth, after collecting, you can use the messages for your bot's logic. All right, I hope you understood its use. All right, now let's see it in action. So I want to make a command that when I run it, the message collector starts and collects messages for 15 seconds, and then the collector ends and shows us how many messages we collected. All right, so let's start. All right, so first, to create a new command, we will go to the commands folder and create a new file in the community folder named collector.js. And then first, I will define the /commands builder. And that's it for now, then module, exports, and after that data, and new /command builder. Then we give the command name and description, and after that, async, execute, and our interaction. Very nice. All right, so first I want that when the command runs, it replies to the user. Type something and collector will run for 15 seconds. And if you want, you can make this message ephemeral. I have explained message flags in previous videos, but I am not doing it now. Then first, we have to create a filter. I will explain what filter is, why it is used, and once I write the code, I want to collect only users' messages, not bots. So in filter, I will put something like M, then arrow, and not M author, bot. If you have seen my JavaScript series, you know what it is. So here M is short for message. You can also write full message or anything else. It does not matter. And I said we only want user messages and remove bot messages. Then we create the collector to create a collector. First, we make a collector variable, then give the channel where we want to create it. I want to create in the same channel where the command ran. So to get the channel, I write interaction, channel. This gives me the channel where interaction happened, and then create message collector like this. And then in the brackets, first we pass our filter variable, then comma, and give the time for how long we want the collector to listen. I can give any time I want. I want 15 seconds. So I write 1, 5, 0, 0, 0. That means 15 seconds. All right, so now we have created the command and the collector, but we are not using it yet or showing what happens when it runs. So for that, we use this variable and write collector on, and then the event for which we are writing code. So I write collect, and this collect, you have to write exactly like this. Then we take our message. You can write short form M or whatever you want. And then in the brackets, I write what I want to happen. When a message is collected, I want the bot to send in the channel. You said and the message the user sent. So I write interaction, channel, send, and then you said, and then message, content. All right, so now we are done here. Now we write what happens when collector ends. So I write collector on, and here end, and for end, I write collected or collected message, so you understand well. And then I want when 15 seconds end, it sends in the channel. Collector stopped, and these many messages were collected, and that's it. It is that easy. And you can make the same in prefix commands, just replace interaction with message. I hope you understand. If not, you can join my Discord from the description, and I will to explain there. All right, so now we understand the code a little more before testing. So till here, you must have understood, and this line also collector was simply created with filter and time. But filter can be confusing. So filter is a function that decides which messages are included in the collector and which are ignored. And filter is optional for each message collector. But if you want the collector to only collect specific messages or specific users, then filter is necessary. And now for filter use cases I'm showing on screen, like if you want to collect messages from only one specific user, then if you want to collect messages containing a specific keyword, and then you can also add multiple conditions and many things. All right, so I hope now you understand. We go to the terminal, run the bot, then go to Discord and run /collector. And it sent us this message then. I type and keep sending messages, and you will see it replies. So this is how the collector works right now. If you see, we did not add any message create event, but still, it is listening to our messages with the help of message collector. And after 15 seconds, it will show us how many messages it collected. All right, so now we understand button collector. So what is a button collector? A button collector in Discord.js is very similar to a message collector, but instead of collecting messages, it collects interactions. When users click buttons in your message, it listens for button clicks. You can apply a filter to only allow specific users or buttons. It stops collecting after a certain time or after a certain number of interactions. And why use button collector? We use button collector to make our bot interactive. For example, confirmation buttons, voting, selecting options, mini games, etc. All right, so now we remove this code. And first we define our button builder, button style, and action row builder. And now we create two buttons, one yes and one no. For this, I will show you another way to create buttons. Earlier, we used to create buttons first and then add them to action row builder, right? But now we will create buttons directly in action row builder. So for this, we write const row, then new action row builder, and then .add components, and then new button builder, and set button ID, set label, and set style, and in the same way create no button. So in this way, we learned another way to create buttons, all right? And now simply send buttons first using await interaction, reply and set content. For example, do you like this bot? And then in components, our button row, all right? And now for button interaction handling, we will use button collector. So buttons are sent now, create collector first. We create filter. I want to collect only those button clicks which are clicked by the user who ran the command. So for this, we write const filter, and then I, and then arrow. I, user, ID, interaction, user, ID, and now create collector. We make collector variable, then interaction, channel, create message component collector, and then we need to define component type. Do not worry if confused, just read carefully. And here it says message component collector. And components have select menus and many components. So for button, we need to define component type. Button, if making select menu, it will be different, and define component type. All right, then add filter, comma, and then set time. I want 20 seconds to collect. And then same as message collector, we write collector. On and on collect, we take interaction instead of message and make it async function, then if. Interaction. Customid is yes, means if user clicks yes button, we show glad you like it and make message ephemeral using message flags. Ephemeral and define message flags. Else, if customid no show this message, that's it. And after 20 seconds, when end collector ends, send this message to channel. Very cool, isn't it? All right. Now, test, restart, bot go to, Discord run command. You will see buttons and if. Click yes, it shows this message, and click no shows that message. All correct. And it will keep replying until 20 seconds over and then show this message. Very cool. Now last left, which is reaction collector. All right, so now I will explain reaction collector. A reaction collector attaches to your message instead of the channel. So first, you need to send a message when the command runs, and then create a filter to collect reactions only if they are. These emojis like this, then create collector variable, and instead of channel, attach it to the message we sent, like message, create reaction collector, and then add filter and time. Then on collector, on collect, we show which user reacted with which emoji, like this. And on end, we show total reactions. Very cool. So yeah, I hope you learned a lot and understood. If I test it now, you will see it works properly. So I hope you understood the video well. If you liked it, I'm sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out Patreon. Also, this was not working, so you need to make some changes. So instead of adding fetch reply here, you simply write it like this, and then fetch the message later, and then attach the collector to this fetched message. And if the collectors are not listening, you need to enable your intents, which I told you in the first part. So for that, go to index.js and add this line.